Another live show, getting ready to go. How you guys doing all out there? And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another edition of the Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running daily radio show, all about, you guessed it, the topic is real estate. My name is Eric. You're live Monday through Friday. That is 5 days a week, 5 different channels coming at you on the AM, the apps, on our website at automaticlandlord.com, as well as our Facebook for you today. A lot going on in the marketplace, as you all know. There isn't a day that doesn't go by that they don't talk about real estate, whether it's the moratoriums or whether it's about the skyrocketing prices, the plummeting inventory. Yes, inventory is still going down, and days on the market going down. Competition in the market still going up. Yet the largest search on Google right now is up like 2,400%. We talked about this in yesterday's show. They noticed that the search for is the market ready to crash, because it just seems like it's all too good to be true. And I got some great articles for us to talk about today as we enter our ATM edition of the show. You know, each day of the week, 5 days a week, right? Live at 5, coming you 5 different channels. Each day of the week, we theme the show a little bit differently, a different perspective, a different angle, if you will, of the real estate market. So our Mondays, we call it our Mondays on a Mission edition. There we talk about what the theme, the overarching theme of the week is. This week, we started talking about some great emerging trends in real estate. And then we kind of break it down through the week from different perspectives. Our Tuesdays, we started talking about tools, tips, and techniques. This is the bull, and following state, something more accessible to more people. You know, the mission of our show is to enable, empower, and educate our listeners in order for you to be able to have your own piece of the American dream. After all, you know, everybody is in real estate one way or another. You either on real estate where you pay for it, or you're in real estate where you get the benefits of ownership, the tax benefits, the income benefits, the appreciation benefits, the equity buildup benefits, as well as the leverage and so forth. So you definitely want to be in real estate, and especially now more than ever, as you can see what's going on. And in fact, I want to tell you, and I'll give you just a little sneak peek. One was an interesting article involving Jim Cramer. You know, Jim Cramer, who is the host of the NBC Mad Money. And, he's got a kind of a crazy off the wall, likes to do a lot of shouting and screaming. And of course, his bag of tricks is in the stock market. And recently he's been talking about Bitcoin. Remember, we started talking about Bitcoin as well earlier this week, and how that has been infiltrating into real estate. Well, very interesting little article, and I'll dive a little bit more into it a little bit later. But he invested in Bitcoin, and with the profits that he made from trading in Bitcoin, he said, "I'm going to take the fake money and now use it to pay real money." And he paid off a mortgage on his house. So now he has a free and clear piece of real estate. A subliminal little message there that even the stock market experts know that a good place to put your money is in at least one good piece of real estate, and then you can branch out into more investment properties. So kind of interesting, right? Taking this new and often scary topic known as Bitcoin, and translate that into profits. And profits are only real when you take them, right? You could have a paper profit in a stock, in real estate, in bonds, but it's not really a profit. You could be in the black as opposed to out, not in the red, but you haven't taken a profit until you've taken the profit. It's the difference between unrealized and realized profits there. So that was an interesting conversation. Another one that we're going to talk about, and this helps also to explain, I've given you over the last, I don't know, 12, 24 months, I've been talking about why real estate is so strong. And even in spite of, we had crazy unemployment at the beginning of the pandemic, which has now subsided. You hardly hear about the unemployment rate. We've had this crazy shutdown from the pandemic, and very quickly real estate adapted and thrived in this marketplace. And I talked about some of the major factors behind that, right? I talked about the fact that it's a scarce commodity, right? There's no more real estate being created on earth. When we use up all the land, we use up all the land. And so that's why individual pieces of land become more valuable. And then when the codes allow for you to build higher, well, then you can get more properties or more units, whether it be commercial or residential. You get more units on that. Well, that means that that property is worth even more because it can be used more densely. But at some point, and it's not going to be in your lifetime or mine, but that could run out. It's a scarce commodity. The population of the world is constantly growing. And so as a result of that, you're going to see population and just the number of people create a natural growing demand. Another explanation why properties are more valuable today than they were back in the Great Depression, the early 1900s, and they will be more valuable in the 2100s because of that supply and demand equation. You've got the whole pandemic shifting the different trends we were talking about, displacement, working at home, officing. Now the home is even more valuable because it is where not only that I lay my head down to rest at night, but it is where I put my head to work during the day. It's where I put my body to work when I work out. So from gym to school to workplace to home, the variety of uses now makes the home more valuable, which is why I'm going to tell you that contrary to most people's expectation, contrary to what most people have been talking about, that all the baby boomers are now retiring and then downsizing. Wait till I get to that article a little bit later in the program as well, because just the opposite is happening. So when you've got now an even bigger demographic population than the baby boomers, known as the millennials, who are now coming of prime income earning age, prime family bearing age, and they're now going into the real estate market looking for properties. And since they're now in the prime family making age, they're going out of the closely more densely populated areas that they used to like to hang out in, the coffee shops and so forth. Now they're going out and they want more separation, more not just social distancing, but family distancing. And they want bigger homes with more amenities and more space in between it. So now you've got the two largest demographics in the world competing for, again, the same limited commodity, which is real estate, which is another reason why, it is a matter of time before they will lift the eviction moratorium, the foreclosure suspension, and there will be a blip in the economy. And I guarantee you that the media will blow it out of proportion, saying, well, here it is. This is what we've been telling you about all along. And there'll be some real estate gurus out there that will try to take advantage of it and say, see, I told you, the foreclosure tsunami is coming. But you'll see that will be short-lived, and it's not the big that will eat the small this time. It'll be the fast that eat the slow, and it's up to you to be ready to handle this. And I've been talking about that, so we talked this week, our Mondays on a mission, our Tuesdays, tools, tips, and techniques, our Wednesday midweek report, where we went into some of the news articles supporting the conversation that we've been having all week long. And today I wanted to talk about the money aspect of all of this, which is why I have been explaining to you the importance of understanding why the demand in the marketplace, the amount of money that's on the sidelines, the hedge funds, the Zillows, the express offers, the offer pads, the Redfins, and there's a lot of even heard of. I was looking at the list of the institutional buyers now that I have contact with, and I can't even count them anymore. They're all over the country, and even in my backyard, there's probably a dozen of these institutional buyers ready, willing, and able with deep pockets to pay cash for a property if you meet their criteria. So by the way, I'm looking right now for a couple of interns to help out at the real estate show. It's a great opportunity to learn the real estate trade from a proven expert here in the marketplace locally here in South Florida. So if you'd like to be an intern here at the real estate show, type the word intern, text it to 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. The word intern. And then I'll contact you in regards to what we're looking for, how to find the acres of diamonds that are beneath our feet, often outside of plain view, or maybe they are hiding right there in plain view if you knew exactly what to look for. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, a few words from our sponsors. When we come back, I want to dive into a couple of articles that I want to share with you about the money here in the real estate market. It's a great place and it's a great time to be in real estate right now. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner, and I will be right back. Woohoo! So we're getting some of the stuff updated and getting ready for us to finish out the studio. But it's so nice, instead of having to pick it up, take it apart every day, build it when it used to be in the dining room of the house. Now it's got its own separate studio, and we're now getting ready to have whiteboards and be able to do teaching and all that other stuff. So cool stuff. Let's see here. This one I can see on Facebook. We got a reversed screen, don't we? So let's flip it around. How about that? That looks better. All right. Traffic is heavy. Stinks for those people in traffic, right? And now I don't know how to do that. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Expand the menu. Can I edit on the fly? Don't want the news. Schedule. Details. No, that's not going to do it. Anybody out there know how to reverse the screen on YouTube? On the webcam? Not seeing it right now. Anyway, we'll have to cancel out of that. And we're back, and you're listening to The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running daily radio show about real estate. And we are here on the Thursday edition, the ATM, About the Money edition of The Real Estate Show. Can you believe it? It's already Thursday. That means tomorrow is going to be our TGIF edition of The Real Estate Show. We got a good show planned for that as well, and some really cool stuff happening in the background. You're going to see some major changes to the website, some great additions, more content, more usability, and we're taking the automatic landlord concept of automation up not a notch, but I think a quantum leap when those new additions get put in. So. A couple of things I wanted to hit real quick while we're here. I want to come back to some of the trends, that we started talking about yesterday, the virtual tours, the cloud computing aspect that's going on in the real estate now. There's cloud services for real estate marketing, for real estate sales in the cloud, customer relationship management, been there for a lot of other businesses, but not as much in the real estate field. We've got property management is so in the cloud now. And we've been way ahead of that curve, but I watched the pieces become easier and less expensive now for property managers, thanks to technology and the leap forward. And in the end of the story, you can be on any side of the political spectrum that you want to be, but you're going to be able to walk away, and hopefully walk away healthy, and hopefully not affected, not even directly in your family, by the COVID. But what you're going to see is that it has pushed society forward in a number of ways. And so hasn't all been bad. Like I said, it's been a quantum leap forward in technology, a quantum leap forward in terms of medical care, awareness, and so forth. Data mining now. I was just listening to a presentation from one of my colleagues, one of the thought leaders in the industry, and he was talking about, his methodology, his kind of trademark way of finding properties. And all of this is thanks to technology, for the ability to zero in, like I've been doing in markets all around the country. I've said 100 times, you could blindfold me, drop me in any city in the United States, give me 24 hours, and I will have a perfect view of what the activity in the marketplace is, thanks to the technology, big data, analytics, and what's even cooler is what's called predictive analytics. And I can take that data and I can already tell you what's going to happen in that area. And so cloud computing and real estate have definitely crossed paths, and now it makes investing a whole new game, which is why real estate, particularly residential real estate, used to be the domain of mom and pops, individual investors like you and I. Today, we compete on a playing field that includes some big, very big players with a lot of resources behind them. And yet, we can still play and we can still be competitive. We talked about the virtual tours. That's a very easy one to imagine. It's amazing that it wasn't better than it was, but it became even better. And what's even better about that is it also became more accessible, more affordable. People already use their phones to order lunch, do their banking, watch TV and everything. Why not extend the convenience to virtual tours before renting or buying a properties? We have been in properties and managing properties from a distance for a while, thanks to the technology that's available now. So photos can easily be misleading, but virtual tours, so actually walking through, narrating, describing, and seeing the video from different angles as the angles change really do help the customers get an idea. And it's not uncommon that we've been showing where someone moving from New York, lots of them, but someone moving from New York will have one of their friends down here do the tour, do the virtual tour. So from a friend's perspective, now you're going to find out whether there's an odd smell in the house, or the virtual tour gives a distorted view, and also an eye for maintenance, dirt, and all that other kind of stuff. So virtual tour, now they even have them in 3D. It helps people see. In fact, some of the more advanced ones will even have like paintings. They'll say, well, if you want that painting, you can buy it at such and such store. You can order it and have it placed for virtual staging. So other cool stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to read a piece of the article that I said earlier about the Jim Cramer story. And did I save that? Maybe I didn't save that article. But the other article was about the baby boomers. And this one, I think, will catch a lot of people by surprise. A lot of people have been talking about how they're, the youngest of the baby boomers are now approaching 60 years old. So that means that a lot of them are thinking about downsizing, right? They're going to go into nursing homes. So they're going to free up a lot of real estate inventory, right? No, exactly not. Uh, yeah, the baby boomers now, more baby boomers, and this is an article. More baby boomers are choosing to upsize their homes in retirement, which is exactly the opposite of what people were expecting. Americans in retirement are doing a 180-degree turn on housing as more choose to upsize their residence and enjoy the fruits of their savings labor. And like I said, there's nothing like a good pandemic to make people realize how valuable having that private, personalized space to spend the majority of your time. A lot of people, if you think about this, even young people today got a sort of a taste of retirement, what it would be like if you didn't have to leave the house every day to go to a job. Now, yes, you may be working at home and you may be putting in some good long hours, but the idea of commuting to from your bed to wherever your desk is, and I heard some stories about people using ironing boards as stand-up desks just to improvise, and the creativity that happens when you're pretty much sheltering in your workplace, your gym, and everything. So according to a recent Dell Web survey, and Dell Web is one of the nation's largest developers, and he specializes in older retirement type communities. And according to a recent Dale Webb survey, among 50 and 60-year-olds, 20% are looking to move into bigger homes. In fact, I can remember about a year or a year and a half ago, I was driving in North Boca in a brand new community, which was a 55 and over community with, the houses were, the McMansions. They were large 3,000 square foot and larger homes starting in the 800s. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's a pretty nice retirement. How many people are out there that can afford to do that? Well, the place sold out. And so this article absolutely are bigger like that, the options. But remember, when you have the most successful people from an entire country start to move into 4 or 5 particular states, it's not hard to see where it's not hard to sell out even a high-end community like that. So the article, and it's funny, the article started out by saying, with age comes increased frugality, right? That's the stereotypical picture size, hard to manage properties. For years, the average American retiree has charted a predictable course through retirement, choosing smaller, more manageable homes, condos, or retirement communities built for people 55 and plus. Why pay for taxes and upkeep on a home that you no longer need? And remember, a big piece of taxes comes from the school district. Well, things have changed in the last few years, and a new trend has emerged. Rather than downsizing or even right-sizing, retirees are starting to upsize, and they're moving to bigger homes in their golden years. So according to a recent Merrill Lynch and AgeWave retirement study of more than 3,600 respondents, 49% of retirees didn't downsize in their last, and 30% actually to larger home. There is probably going to catch it. And that's a wrap on another show. So Phil, how are you doing out there? Any luck on our Georgia properties? Erica Murray. Leslie. Let's see here. Let's wind this stuff down here. I can tell that my internet has come in and out. So if you saw that happen, put a little comment in the chat. I want to see if you're seeing it on your side. I see some fluctuations on my side, just technicality. We may have to boost the internet again here. The other thing is, make sure for the Facebook that you like the program, click on the follow, so that you get notified when the show comes on. It's a little reminder so that you don't miss one single episode. And of course, share it. Sharing is caring, as they say. But it'll obviously help us to get the word out, help more people to understand better and enjoy the benefits of real estate. Anyway, that's it for today. I will see you all tomorrow. Drive safe. Bye-bye. Big Brian.